Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Drop. In this video, we're going to be talking about the most underrated hoop shoes out right now. Or I guess like sleepers as well. So like, shoes, unknown shoes that people probably haven't heard of or don't really know about that I think are amazing performers and have really great value. Especially, if it is a little bit cheaper and has really good performance, it has really good value, of course. So if you guys do want to cop any of these shoes, I try to leave in the feed link in the description box. If you do choose to get any of these shoes, it does help me out if you buy it through the feed link in the description box. And also, my socks are available. It's called Younghon. Actually means soul in Korean. I am Korean, and also, soul in the shoe, soul drop. But yeah, anyways, it's actually a, hybrid sock, so you can actually, casually walk around in it. It has a good amount more padding than normal socks, which makes it extremely comfortable. I love the cut of it as well. It's not a crew. The crews are a little bit too high for me. It has my logo on it on the sides, and it does have, a little bit less padding than normal basketball socks, which I do like as well, because I don't really like wearing the basketball socks casually because it's just a little bit too thick. So it's just a really nice all-purpose sock. You can work on in it, you can hoop in it, but also you can be really comfortable just casually walking around it. So that will be in the description box as well. But let's get it started right off with the Wild 1 Low. So the Wild 1 Low is really nice. It surprised the hell out of me. You know what I mean? It's an old shoe. It's a retro kind of, but they did upgrade the cushions. It's kind of like a Pro pretty much. It has full length boom. What surprised the hell out of me was the traction. The traction is freaking phenomenal. You have an amazing stop with the traction, especially since like the pattern looks kind of weird, but whatever rubber compound they're using, very nice, right? Also, the cushion's really nice too. You got full length boom, you have great underfoot cushion. It's not as soft as, some of the other shoes on this list, especially coming from Chinese companies, but it still has a nice soft feel once you get going, for me at least, and I really, love the heel compression as well. It's bouncy in the heel too. And it's not my favorite. However, I definitely feel like there is a market for it because it just feels so different than the modern basketball shoe, which has like a mesh material. It's a lot softer, a lot more nimble feeling. That shoe is a lot stiffer. It still can flex in the forefoot a good amount, but it has a really sturdy, tanky feel, has amazing support as well. So if you like to have like that old school, really supportive feel, but has kind of like that new school vibe where it has really nice cushion, amazing traction, and again, like that flexibility in the forefoot, the Wild 1 Low is a really nice option, right? All right, next we got the 361 degrees Team Joker, right? So I believe that shoe runs you around $120, which is insane. It has amazing performance for the price. It's pretty much budget pricing because it's kind of like the Joker's budget or takedown shoe. But yeah, the traction, once you break it in, it has really, really nice grip. It also picks up very minimal dust as well, which I like. But my favorite part about that shoe is the cushioning setup. It's using full-length quick CQ Tech foam with a soft mesh strobe board, and it's so freaking soft and comfortable. Especially just like for me, again, I'm lightweight, so I don't really feel the cushion as much when I'm just standing around in it. Usually, I need to get going to feel it or break it in, you know what I mean? But in the Team Joker, as well as the Joker 1, which we'll get into, I can feel it right away. It's soft, but it's not too mushy feeling for me personally. Also, the support's great, especially because it has that leather material, but it doesn't feel like stiff or cumbersome or too bulky or anything like that. So yeah, definitely don't sleep on the Team Joker. If you're trying to save a little bit of money, you know what I mean, but you want an amazing performer. And also, maybe if you're playing outdoors as well, the Team Joker is a very nice option, right? All right, next, if you want to spend the money, this shoe is freaking expensive. I believe it was like 190 bucks. Then check out the Joker 1 GT. One of my favorite hoop shoes of this year. Like, it's so freaking nice. And I don't know, like 361 definitely killed it, especially since, first of all, it's a Joker shoe. And it's a big man shoe. So like, big men don't really sell shoes too well, but the performance is freaking amazing, right? The traction with the RPU, the rigid polyurethane, I believe it was, has amazing traction, picks up a lot less dust than the regular Joker 1. The GT has the RPU, the Joker 1 does not. It's just rubber for the Joker 1. So yeah, the traction is phenomenal. The cushion also is one of my favorites that you can get right now, right? So it has full-length CQT Extreme Foam, and it's bouncy. It's bouncier than the Joker 1. It's still extremely soft and comfortable, but not mushy feeling at all. You have really good court feel, and the upper is really, really nice. You know what I mean? You got that leather material. It's soft. It's really thin too, but also very nice for support. And the overall shoe is pretty lightweight and very minimal feeling while still feeling extremely responsive. So the Joker 1 GT, very, 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 very nice. I love that shoe, right? All right, next we got the Li-Ning Liren 5, right? So also another shoe that I really love to play and that just feels like I got nothing on. You know what I mean? It's just such a minimal, lightweight shoe, especially with the upper, guys. The upper is just so thin. The airflow and ventilation through that upper is really good, but it still has adequate support for me, right? Obviously, not the most supportive upper, not the most supportive shoe, but for me as a guard, I don't really need, and also, again, I'm lightweight, so I don't really need that much support, and it was good for me, right? Also, the cushion surprised the hell out of me, right? So it's just a really low to the ground, responsive feeling setup, but then it actually has kind of like a really nice bouncy feel, especially in the heel. You know, even though it is hella caged because of that rubber, it still has a nice compression and bounce. You know what I mean? And also the under the cushion is still really nice. The traction is phenomenal. It's a great looking shoe. So if you're in the market for a really minimal setup that feels really responsive but still has nice adequate cushion, Liren 5 is one of the best that you can get, right? So I definitely don't sleep on that shoe. All right, next we got the serious player only Easy 1. So the Easy 1 is freaking nice. So it's using a different material for the outsole. It's actually not rubber, and the traction is phenomenal. It has one of the best stops that you can get right now. It stops pretty much just as hard as Curry flows, right? And yeah, so the traction is phenomenal. The cushion also is really nice because it is so diverse in what you can do with it, right? So you can have the, you know, the cushioning setup that it comes with, but also if you have some other cushioning setups from series player only, like the explosive drop-in midsole, you can use that. That's very, very bouncy. You can also use their brand new one, the Quick 2.0, which also is super duper nice. So I love the variety of the cushioning setups that you can have with that shoe. Also, you can use a custom insole with that shoe as well if you would like, with the original cushioning setup that it comes with. The upper also is very, very nice. You know, it has a canvas material. It's thin, but also extremely supportive for me. And also, it's a really nice looking shoe. I love how it looks like a casual shoe, like a Converse pretty much. And like, you know, like that triple white colorway or the white and gum colorway looks really nice too. So definitely don't sleep on the Easy 1. All right, next we got the Wade All City 13. So the Wade All City 13 also is one of my favorite hoop shoes of the past year. The only thing that's a little bit lacking is the cushioning setup, comparing it to some of the other shoes on this list, like the Joker 1 GT, right? It's a little bit more on the stiffer side of things, which I think isn't a bad thing because, like I said, again, the Joker 1 GT might be a little bit too soft for some people, you know what I mean? But if you want something a little bit stiffer than that, you know, you don't want as much compression underfoot, but you still want a really nice responsive feel for the overall shoe, then the All City 13 is a really nice option, right? So it's still using full length boom, but it's just like the strobe board is a little bit stiffer. They're not using a soft mesh strobe board, so the underfoot cushion is a little bit stiffer, like I said. So it just has a more responsive feel with really good, adequate impact protection, right? Traction is phenomenal. You have an amazing stop, very minimal dust pickup, and also with the upper, with the Vajra skin material, it's really thin. It's weird because it just feels so thin and like also like lightweight almost, but also like really supportive. So I really like the upper material. The overall shoe is extremely supportive, but really lightweight as well. So yeah, the All City 13, definitely don't sleep on that shoe, right? All right, next we got the EQLZ 247, which also is a very nice performer. I love the versatility of that shoe because it has a lot of cushion. It has the worst court feel out of any shoe on this list, of course, but if you want cushion, you want something extremely soft, very, very plush, then this is a really nice option, right? The knit material also is unheard of. You don't really see very nice quality, very premium knit materials anymore in hoop shoes. That was kind of the thing back in like, you know, like 2012, 2015, right? That was the hype, but I feel like every other shoe company is doing like, you know, mesh or textiles. But anyways, very nice material. Overall shoe is very supportive. It does feel, however, a little bit bottom heavy and also a little kind of like bulky underfoot, especially in the heel because you have all that cushion, all that rubber. But again, it feels really nice for the cushioning setup. Also, the traction is really consistent. You know what I mean? Like if you're playing on a dusty court, really nice traction. Also, if you're playing on a clean court, yeah, really nice bites as well. So yeah, definitely don't sleep on that shoe. Also, they reduced the price to, I believe it used to be 150, but they reduced the price for some of the colorways to 130 bucks, which, you know, they were listening to the consumers. They were listening to us, and yeah, we're like, it's a little bit too expensive for 150 bucks. So that's really dope that they listen, right? So anyways, there's that. Next, we got also one of my other favorite hoop shoes of this year, which is the Wade 8085 Ultra. So I love the 8085 Ultra and I love the Joker 1 GT. Those are my favorite shoes right now, right? Anyways, the 8085 Ultra, dude, the cushioning setup with the Super Boom, it's full length Super Boom drop-in midsole, which is, I've never really felt anything like this. You know what I mean? Like if you feel the full length boom setup from like the 8084 Ultra or something like that, it's still really soft and comfortable, but like they just made it like so freaking soft and it literally feels like you're walking on a cloud, you know what I mean? With the Super Boom drop-in midsole from the 8085 Ultra. And so yeah, it's really soft, it's very, very comfortable, but like it's a thin drop-in, so it doesn't feel too mushy or anything like that, right? So it has a nice bit of compression, which I think is just perfect for me. It doesn't feel mushy at all, but I feel like some people might find it mushy, but also has nice bounce, right? It's bouncy, right? And also impact protection, yeah, I thought, you know, because of how soft that foam is and also because of how thin it is, because of course the core feel is good, I thought the impact protection wasn't gonna be good, but the impact protection is actually good. You know, it's not the best, but it was adequate, and my feet really didn't hurt doing like super hard landings and stuff like that, right? So cushioning setup is one of my favorite cushioning setups right now, and if I want something a little bit more responsive, then I go with the Joker 1 GT, right? So yeah, cushioning setup's amazing. The upper is also really, really thin. You got that mesh or like EM type of material, really, really thin. It feels supportive overall too. It's a really minimal feel, you know what I mean? And also the traction is top tier as well. You got an amazing bite. It picks up very minimal dust. So yeah, you can't go wrong with the 8085 Ultra. Definitely don't sleep on it. All right, next we got the Li-Ning Ultralite 2025. If you want the lightest hoop shoe that you can get right now, like all the really, really light hoop shoes, like the top 5 basketball shoes that are extremely light are like 10.3, 10.5 ounces, right? But the Ultralite 2025, there's no shoes in the 9 ounce category, right? And the Ultralite 2025 is 8 ounces, like 8 point something ounces. It's freaking light, you know, it's just as light as the original Kobe 8, which is insane. So you got GCU in the forefoot. For the traction, you have really, really nice bites, very minimal dust pickup, and the cushion's really nice. It's soft, you got that soft mesh stroke board, you have a lot of heel compression as well. It's just if you're doing hard landings, the actual foam is really soft, so I felt my foot touching the floor a little bit, you know what I mean? And it wasn't the best for like hard impacts, of course, but overall the cushioning setup is pretty dang nice for everything else, right? The upper also really thin, but the overall shoe is also pretty dang supportive. It's adequate for support. It's not great for support, but it was good enough for me, and I feel like it'll be good enough for most people, right? So Ultralite 2025, very, very nice. Next, of course, we got the Regor AR2, which is Austin Reeves' shoe, and I really love that shoe, especially for the price. It's only $100, and yeah, the traction, just get the solid rubber outsole option, then you should be fine, you should be good to go, and the traction is also top tier. The cushion also for $100 is insane, guys. You have a good amount of heel compression. It's also pretty bouncy in the heel from the actual midsole, but also underfoot cushion, you have that soft mesh stroke board, and it's really, really soft, especially in the heel, but also in the forefoot, and you got nice compression and also bounce from right underneath your foot. So the cushioning setup is phenomenal. The upper is really thin. The overall support of the shoe is really great. The only thing I would worry about is kind of like the durability of the upper, especially in the toe box because it's so thin. But other than that, for $100, very, very nice performing hoop shoe. And last but not least, we got the New Balance Hezi Low V2, which also, I believe it was 110 bucks, you know what I mean? But it's been on sale for like 90 bucks. So yeah, the Hezi Low V2, really, really nice shoe. We got full length fuel cell. It has a nice heel compression. Not the best for impact protection, however. If you're doing really hard impacts, it does hurt my feet a little bit. Also, the traction is a little bit iffy if you're playing on a dusty court. It does pick up dust. However, if you're playing on a clean court to like a lightly dusty court, you're gonna get really good traction, right? The upper also is really thin. The quality also is really nice. You get that really nice kind of like textile. Okay for support, you know what I mean? Not the most supportive feeling upper, but it was okay for me. I didn't really have any huge issues with it. I just love how flexible that shoe feels, you know what I mean? It's just a really flexible, nimble feeling shoe, and overall really nice performer, especially for the price. And of course, if we're talking about New Balance, you can't go wrong with the 2A V5 as well. If you want a little bit more cushion than the Hezi Low V2, the 2A V5 is an amazing option, and it's only $10 more, right? So you get better cushion. It's a little bit higher up off the ground, however. The traction also pretty much the same exact thing. You know, if you're playing on a super clean court to lightly dusty court, you should be fine. Really good traction, but it does pick up dust. The upper also is really nice quality. You get an EM material, and for the price, it feels really nice, right? It's thin, it feels extremely comfortable in the toe box as well. The overall upper does feel adequate for support too. It does feel a little bit bulky in the heel area because of all that foam, but overall, it is a really comfortable but really responsive feeling shoe as well. And also, are there any other shoes? I mean, like the Kais. I feel like I see a lot of Kai ones at the gym. Kai 2s I haven't really seen, but the Kai ones I've seen. I mean, it's Kyrie Irving, so that's not underrated. You know what I mean? I guess the Joker, I guess, wouldn't be underrated because he's the MVP. He's a Joker, but like his shoe, I don't think I've ever seen the Joker ones. First of all, and also he's a big man, so they don't sell shoes that well. So yeah, that's why I added it on this list. But I don't really think there's anything else. You know what I mean? I see a lot of AE ones. The Hardens I see a good amount of as well. Donnie shoes I see a good amount as well. You know what I mean? LeBron, I've seen LeBron. I mean, obviously Nike, you can't really. There's not really a lot of underrated shoes by Nike. I guess besides, you know, if you want something really cheap, you know, pretty unknown, the GT Cut Academy is a great option. But I feel like I've seen a good amount of those as well, GT Cut Academy. So you can't really put Nike in the conversation of like underrated. You know what I mean? But anyways, that about concludes my list of the most underrated or slept on shoes that I feel like you definitely should not sleep on. And again, if you guys do want to cop any of these shoes, I try to leave in the link in the description box. But that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.